Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh City starts new virus cups. WHO rules out new hybrid COVID variant in Vietnam. China-Vietnam freight train runs faster with optimizing customs clearance procedures. Prime Minister proposes 6 solutions at second P4G summit. Hello and welcome to FBNC News with latest updates from Vietnam. I'm Yến Trần. Vietnam's industrial northern province of Bắc Giang allowed 9 factories to reopen following virus closures on Monday, May 31st, while the business hub of Ho Chi Minh City in the south began enforcing new social distancing measures to curb the spread of COVID-19.
Vietnam began a new spate of social distancing restrictions in Ho Chi Minh City on Monday in an effort to curb a sharp rise in COVID-19 cases. The new measures will be in effect for 15 days. Local authorities said they would conduct city-wide COVID-19 tests in the business hub with testing capacity at 100,000 samples per day. Police manned new checkpoints and students vacated a dorm to make way for a 6,000-bed field hospital. Compounding concerns is the discovery over the weekend by Vietnamese officials of a very dangerous combination of the Indian and UK variants, which spreads quickly by air. The total number of cases in Vietnam has more than doubled in the past month alone. In the north of the country, factories supplying global tech firms like Apple and Samsung are operating below capacity because of outbreaks, according to industry sources. 4,000 factory workers were screened and vaccinated for the virus before returning to production lines on Monday.
The Ministry of Transport on June the 3rd issued a document on suspending flights between the northern port city of Hải Phòng and Ho Chi Minh City. The move is an approval of the Hải Phòng People's Committee's proposal submitted to the Ministry on June the 1st. The suspension of flights will last until the COVID-19 situation is put under control. The following video shows medical staffs ride a crane to get a COVID-19 patient who refuses to be transported to a quarantine center to a hospital in Bắc Giang province near Hanoi. Vietnam has imposed tougher restrictions in its major cities as the World Health Organization confirmed a combination of the Indian and British variants of COVID-19 had been found in the country. Incoming international flights to Vietnamese capital Hanoi will be suspended for a week from Tuesday, and 15 days of tougher lockdown measures have begun in Ho Chi Minh City, the country's largest metropolis, including bans on dining in restaurants and public gatherings of more than 10 people. Authorities in Vietnam have detected a new coronavirus variant that is a combination of the Indian and UK COVID-19 variants and spreads quickly by air. After successfully containing the virus for most of last year, Vietnam is grappling with a rise in infections seen late April that accounts for more than half of the total 7,900 registered cases. So far, there have been 49 deaths. Vietnam has uncovered a new COVID-19 variant combining characteristics of the 2 existing variants first found in India and the UK. Health Minister Nguyễn Thanh Long said, describing it as a hybrid of the 2 known variants. Long said laboratory cultures of the new variant showed the virus replicated itself very quickly, possibly explaining why so many new cases had appeared in different parts of the country in a short period of time. The Health Ministry told the meeting the government was working to secure 10 million vaccine doses under the COVAX cost-sharing scheme, as well as a further 20 million doses of Pfizer's vaccine and 40 million of Russia's Sputnik V. The country of about 89 million people has so far received 2.9 million doses and aimed to secure 150 million this year. Not long after that, the World Health Organization's representative in Vietnam told media that a coronavirus variant which Vietnam authorities thought was a combination of the Indian and UK strains is not a new hybrid, but part of the existing Indian strain. There is no new hybrid variant in Vietnam at this moment based on WHO definition, Kim Dong Park said in an online interview with the Nikkei, adding that it was within the Delta variant that originated in India. Domestic vaccine production would be an opportunity for Vietnam to soon reach herd immunity and even cover exports in the future, according to Major General Nguyễn Việt Lương, political commissar of Vietnam Military Medical University, which is participating in COVID-19 vaccine development.
Lương suggested that countries should temporarily waive vaccine patents to contribute to fight against the pandemic. 4 vaccines are under development in Vietnam by the Nanogen Pharmaceutical Biotechnology Joint Stock Company, the Institute of Vaccines and Medical Biologicals, the Vaccine and Biological Production Company No. 1, and Polyvac. Of these, the Nanogen Pharmaceutical Biotechnology Joint Stock Company's NanoCovax, whose second phase of human trials has been completed, is the most feasible and will soon be approved for emergency use. The company can produce 2 to 3 million doses monthly. Vaccine manufacturing requires standardized technologies and other factors relating to the environment, workforce, and most notably, materials. Lương highlighted the government and Ministry of Health's South vaccine import strategy, which together with patent-based production and local research and production would help Vietnam reach herd immunity in late 2021 or mid-2022. However, he added, domestic vaccine research and production will remain a long-term pillar, as Vietnam will need a large quantity of vaccines annually for its population of nearly 100 million.
A freight train loaded with abundant assortment of goods has departed from South China's Nha Ninh Railway Port on Sunday and headed for Hanoi, Vietnam in remarkably shortened time of about 24 hours instead of the previous 72 hours. The sharp shortening of duration attributed to the further optimizing of customs clearance procedures at Nha Ninh Port's customs inspection area, which has been resharpened recently. The accomplishment will definitely push forward the high-quality development of Belt and Road Initiative.
The customs inspection area with 6 channels for imports and 6 channels for exports is designed for 600,000 TEU containers to pass in a year and to inspect 65,000 TEU containers a year. The area has 30 customs check platforms, 4 container storage areas, and warehouses for quarantine equipment, as well as 5,000 square meters imports and exports warehouse.
南宁国际铁路港海关监管作业场所启用后，企业可以利用货物在铁路港集拼和列车编组的时间段，完成报关、查验、转关等一系列的海关手续，然后做到海关一次申报、一次查验和一次放行。 在通关时效层面呢，预计可以为班列的整体运营时间呢节省72小时，既可以提升中越班列的竞争力和吸引力，对广西铁路运输进出口货物在通关效率、运输成本、服务配套等方面也起到一个很好的优化作用，同时呢也进一步分流公路的运输压力。
The Nha Ninh International Railway Port, an important stop in the Belt and Road Initiative, and the new International Land-Sea Trade Corridor saw an increase of China-Vietnam freight train for 3 years in a row. By Sunday, 126 China-Vietnam freight trains have been put into service this year, a 72.6% year-on-year growth. The operation of customs inspection area of the Nha Ninh International Railway Port significantly improves customs clearance, increases the operation density of China-Vietnam freight trains, and helps speeding up cross-border railway transportation.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has proposed 6 important solutions at the high-level discussion held on May 31st in the framework of the second Partnering for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030, or P4G Summit. The Vietnamese government leader stressed that striking a balance between the urgent need for economic recovery and the demand for greener and more sustainable growth in the post-COVID era is both an objective and a pressing requirement for development of all nations.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said the world is now witnessing the compounding effects that an unprecedented scale and scope arising from 3 major catastrophes, namely the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and natural resources depletion, not to mention the aging population in many countries. These challenges have left dire and multidimensional consequences, not only for today but also for future generations. However, the pandemic and those challenges and hardships have shown the world more clearly the importance of environmental protection and harmony between human and nature, and created a momentum to push global advancement and capability. From that perspective, Chính suggested that green recovery, green economy, and circular economy must be vigorously pursued at the national, regional, and global levels. Under the general framework of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030 and the Paris Agreement on Climate Change. Second, he noted that green transition requires a suitable roadmap, and it is critical to take into account different conditions and capabilities of countries, adding that developed countries should continue to take the lead in realizing their emission reduction commitments. The third point is that it is imperative to develop institutions to encourage the support and engagement of all stakeholders, particularly the business community and the people. It is indeed crucial to promote public-private partnership projects for green growth and establish new value chains and sectors through greening industrial and agricultural production and services. Fourth, it is essential to enhance adaptability for the regions worst hit by climate change, including the Mekong sub-regions and Vietnam's Mekong Delta. The severe challenges in those regions call for the close and responsible cooperation from the international community, especially in the sustainable management and the use of cross-border water resources. This will help ensure food and water resources security in the region and the world. Fifth, preventing and curbing the COVID-19 pandemic successfully are most urgent for growth to bounce back. The efforts of each country are of paramount importance, but effective international cooperation is indispensable. Sixth, the Prime Minister called for the spirit of unity, responsibility, and mutual respect among countries in the common interest of humanity, given the current situation.
Ho Chi Minh City targets achieving a 95% or higher rate for disbursement of public spending this year. It has budgeted for expenditure of more than $1.54 billion on nearly 3,500 projects and achieved 13.1% of it as of the end of April. Various traffic infrastructure works have begun but been delayed due to the low funds disbursement, according to the Management Board for Traffic Works, Construction and Investment. To speed up public spending, the city plans to take drastic measures in the form of amending procedures to manage and disburse funds. It will also address other problems, especially land acquisition, one of the biggest that delay disbursement. The People's Committee also assigned the State Treasury to release funds within 4 working days for all projects, closely coordinating with agencies overseeing the works to handle problems. Lê Quỳnh Mai, director of the Municipal Department of Planning and Investment, said besides focusing on paying compensation and helping resettle people who have to relocate, the city would also step up oversight to ensure efficient use of the resources. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.